Hello, welcome again. We are solving mechanical engineering paper 2 of year 2025. Question number 8A is the following data refer to single stage vapor compression refrigeration system. Represent R134A, condenser temperature 35 degrees Celsius, evaporator temperature minus 10 degrees Celsius, compressor motor speed 2800 RPM, clearance ratio 0.03, swept volume 269.4 centimeter cube, expansion depth 1.12, compression isentropic efficiency 75%, condensate subcooling in condenser 5 degrees Celsius. Draw pH diagram and determine the following: 1. The capacity of the plant in ton of refrigeration. 2. Power required in kilowatt. 3. The COP. 4. Heat rejection to condenser. And 5. Second law efficiency. The property of R134A are given in the table. So at temperature minus 10 degrees Celsius and 35 degrees Celsius, saturation pressure, specific volume of saturated vapor, enthalpy HF and Hg, and entropy SF and Hg are given. Assume heat of liquid and vapor at 8.87 bar as 1.458 kilojoule per kilogram per degree Kelvin and 1.1 kilojoule per kilogram per degree Kelvin respectively. The refrigerant at the entry to the compressor is in dry saturated state. So this is the pH diagram of the cycle. Here 1 is the entry point of the compressor and 2 is exit point, and enthalpy is increasing in it. 2, 3 is condenser, and 3, 4 is isenthalpy process, and 4, 1 is your evaporation. Okay. So now, and this is the TS diagram. Here 1, 2 is again compression, 2, 3 is condensation, 3, 4 is isenthalpic process, 4, 1 is evaporation. If we consider 1, 2 dash isentropic process in sorry isentropic process in this compressor, then at point 1 at the entry of compressor, H1 is given as 392.4 kilojoule per kilogram, and T1 is here minus 10 degrees Celsius or 263, as it is dry saturated, so corresponding to minus 10 from the table given, you can see H1 as 392.4 kilojoule per kilogram, and P1 is again from the table, P1 is your 2.014 bar, and P2 corresponding to 35 degrees Celsius, we can see P2 is 8.870 bar. This is the table. Minus 10 degrees Celsius at minus 10, Hg is 392.4, entropy is 1.733, and at 35 degrees Celsius the pressure is 8.7870, and at minus 10 the pressure is 2.012. These data we have taken. So now expansion index is given as 1.12. So between 1 and 2 dash there is isentropic process. So P2 by P1 is equal to T2 dash by P1 is for gamma by gamma 1 is Rayleigh relation. So from this we can find out T2 dash. Okay, so T2 dash comes out as 308.27, and compressor efficiency is given, that is 0.75. So from this compressor efficiency, dividing the temperature drop isentropically, dividing it by dividing the temperature drop isentropic by compressor efficiency, we can get the actual temperature, sorry, temperature drop, not temperature drop, temperature increase. We can find out temperature increase. So T2 minus T1 can be found, and then T1 can be, sorry, T2 can be found out. So that is 323.369 Kelvin. So now H2 can be found out. H2 is, because here the temperature is 35 degrees Celsius and Hg is 417.6, okay, and Cp for the vapor part is 1.1, okay. So it means, and temperature we have calculated, so H2 can be found out. So H2 is Hg plus 1.1 into temperature increase. So that will come out as 434.5. Okay. Now H4 is, H4 and H3 also can be found out. So H4, for finding out H4, will take this 249.1. So that is your HF. And as there is cooling, subcooling in condenser, that is given 5 degrees Celsius. So we will take the liquid HF, sorry, liquid Cp, that is 1.5458, and find out H3. So that will be 249.1 HF minus Cp into temperature, or temperature decrease or subcooling. So that will come out as 241.81 kilojoule, okay, kilojoule per kilogram. And volumetric efficiency can also be found out, because clearance ratio is given. The formula for volumetric efficiency is 1 plus K minus K P2 by P1 divided per 1 by N. So from this we have all the data. So from this volumetric efficiency comes out as 0.9175, and volume of refrigerant set can be found out, because this is the swept volume given and volumetric efficiency this much. So the volume of refrigerant sucked is 247.11 centimeter per revolution. So as it is rotating at revolution are 2800 rpm per minute, so per second it will be this. So now from this volume of refrigerant sucked, we multiply it by rpm by 60, then it will be volume of refrigerant sucked in centimeter cube per second. If we divided by 100 cube, then it will be in meter cube per second. And if we divided by specific volume, then we can find out mass of refrigerant flow. Specific volume is given, that is 0.0994. Okay. So this is the mass of the refrigerant flow. After finding out mass of refrigerant, we can find out capacity. So capacity is m into enthalpy increase in evaporator, that is H1 minus 4 divided by 3.5 in tons, to find out in tons. So that will come out as 5 tons. And the power required will be your m into enthalpy increase in compressor. So that is 0.116 into enthalpy increase, that will come out as 4.8836 kilowatt. And COP is refrigerating effect by work done. So that is this part, this is refrigerating effect, and this is your work done. Okay, so COP will be 3.57. So next is heat rejection. So for heat rejection we will take the condenser part. So enthalpy drop in condenser is H2 minus H3 multiplied by M. So that will come out as 22.35 kilo. And second law efficiency is actual COP by ideal COP. Actual COP is refrigerating effect by actual work done, and ideal COP is refrigerating effect by ideal work done. So refrigerating effect will cancel out, and work done ideal by work done actual is efficiency of efficiency of compressor, that is given 0.75. So it is second law efficiency same as that of efficiency of compressor, that is 75.